Hi, and welcome to another TTG Newsdesk Roundup. I'm Paul Revel, the TTG web editor, and this is Chris Gray, TTG's news editor. Today's issue, or this week's issue of TTG, is hot off the press, and this week we've been covering the Global Travel Conference in Leicester, and there's been some interesting things come out about what's going on in the independent sector. Is that right, Chris?
That's right, indeed. Yeah, Global heard from Andrew Bottrell, who's the boss of Stellar Travel Services, which owns Global, and he was talking about the future of independent agents and operators, and predicting a lot more consolidation in the next few months, and saying publicly that Stellar's likely to play a role in that. So it appears that Stellar could be on the acquisition trail, which is quite interesting. And some other people, some well-placed people in the finance world, are also saying that this wave of consolidation could happen in the next 3 to 6 months. So there's something definitely in the offing there, we think.
Okay, and I gather the other big news this week for the industry has been government tourism strategy. Is that right?
That's right. That came out last Friday to cries of dismay, really, from the outbound industry. It concentrated virtually exclusively on domestic tourism and incoming tourism. The very few elements that affected outbound were some suggestions to improve the transit speeds in airports, which would help people leaving the country as well as people coming in. But generally, it's all about outbounds, so there's a lot of criticism from there. And coincidentally, there's also been some criticism of government policies from a school teacher this week who's contacted TTG to say that the government's cuts in education are going to hit vocational courses, now called applied learning courses, one of which is travel and tourism, and if that happens, we're not going to have the trained people coming into the industry that the industry is going to need over the next few years. She's got quite a lot to say about that, so I'd have a look in TTG to see the full story.
Okay, and further afield, we're also reporting from Sharm el Sheikh this week.
That's right, yeah, we've got a reporter in Sharm as well as one in Tunisia, and Sharm is very interesting because there's a lot of good feeling for the Brits in Sharm. There's been a street party there with the Egyptian tourism staff and Brit holidaymakers thanking the Brits for their support because our industry kept sending people there throughout the crisis, whereas other countries didn't. So that's a good read, again worth a look.
Great. And also, hot off the TTG presses this week, out today, in your hands tomorrow hopefully, is TTG Luxury. So I'd just like to introduce our TTG Luxury editor, April Hutchinson.
Hello, thank you, Paul. Yes, delighted to say we have the brand new issue here today, very vibrant, very Caribbean. There's a massive feature in here about all the new hotels, lots of new routes and extra capacity opening up this year in the Caribbean, so it's a great time to be selling that destination, well, many islands of that destination. Also in here, an interview with Nikki Leondakis, who is the president of Kimpton Hotels, which was the very first boutique hotel group in America. So find out a bit more about them in here. Also launching our new TTG Luxury experience to Long Beach, Mauritius, which is the hottest new hotel to open on the island this year. So find out more in the issue or go online for your and try and enter to get a place on that trip. And I think that's about it for today.
Thank you.